Hey there traders, welcome to another market update video. Today is the 26th of May 2021. We're going to start off as usual on Bitcoin. I'm going to go through the daily charts here because we have so much volatility. It's just better to quiet out the noise in the market and look at the higher time frames. So on the daily chart right now, the trend is clearly down. For us to be looking for any kind of major bottoms after a sell-off like that, we want to see a continuation to the upside and not a turnaround from this point. We are currently testing major resistance. This was previous a liquidity zone that held as resistance twice and then held as support, and currently holding resistance once and maybe another second time here as we speak. So if Bitcoin starts turning around again, my next aim or my next target is going to be for it to roll back down to sweep these lows down here. And this is where I'm going to be quite an aggressive buyer, as if we do go and sweep those lows for a second time. The other option is Bitcoin breaks through this resistance liquidity zone above the 200 simple and exponential moving average with decent volume. And if we can close above the 21 exponential moving average on the daily chart, that's going to make me slightly more bullish. But I do want to mention this. I am not medium term bullish even on Bitcoin until we break these highs up here. So there's a lot of work to be done before we get overly bullish again on this market, for a medium term cycle even. Looking at the weekly, like we said yesterday's video, the weekly is also showing major resistance coming in around these parts. And we did hold the 55 exponential as support, but I do expect the 21 exponential to now act as resistance. But we'll see if there's volume coming through. The volume was on the seller's side. It's quite obvious if you look at it. And we are at that major resistance. So don't be a buyer, in my opinion, unless we start seeing decent volume coming through. I think this is all just profit taking, and we can expect further continuation to the downside, most likely. If that is the case, we will look on lower time frames for any kind of entry reasons to short the market today. Especially the fact that on the 4-hour chart we've been moving up, but the volume has been decreasing. So like I said in yesterday's video, this could possibly be an inverted head and shoulders pattern. So what I would like to see is a sell-off from this point and then a spike in volume holding support here. Then perhaps we can break the neckline and continue to the upside. So still a lot of market movement ahead of us before we can make any kind of trade decisions for now. Let's talk about BNB here. Also heading towards that major resistance level. This was a liquidity zone, order block, liquidity zone, and here again a liquid zone. So holding support currently at the previous highs around $335. As long as that can hold support, I do think we'll probably fill out this range. But for me right now on BNB, I'm also more bearish than bullish. Made our first lower low, perhaps now going to aim to put in our first lower high before we come back down and sweep these lows. This is where I want to be a buyer. If we do come back down and sweep these lows a second time, like I said with Bitcoin, that's where I'm going to be quite an aggressive buyer. Let's have a look at Litecoin. Litecoin also holding support currently around 183. Resistance, major resistance coming in around 212, $212. So I want to see how this one fills out the range. I think this is going to be a short opportunity once we make our way up there. Again, even if you go and look at the lower term time frames, we have a clear drop off in volume on our way to the upside. So I'm expecting a sell-off here to happen, and if we can grab some short positions, that would be fantastic. But there's still a few criteria that needs to be met. On ChainLink here, ChainLink currently rushing towards these moving averages, attacking those crosses. So there's one of two things that could happen here. We could see rejection straight from the 100 exponential moving average, or we could move this liquidity zone up all the way to $34.72. and that could even still be a major resistance. So there's a lot of work for ChainLink ahead as well, a lot of market structure in its way before we can see major extensions to the upside again. For me, ChainLink needs to break at least this previous swing high around $43 before I would be any kind of medium term or longer term bullish on it again. I would love to be a buyer if we can sweep these lows down here around $15, $16, depending on what we see when we get there. All right, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers for now. Bye bye.